Okay, so this is a video on how to how to factor using the X method. I sent a video with the lady showing you how to do it on YouTube, but if for some reason you didn't understand that one, I thought she taught it pretty well. But if you didn't understand it, I'm gonna try to break it down here. So first, this is the initial setup. You have A times C, B right here, factor 1 with A on the bottom, factor 2 with A also on the bottom. So first, you want to start off by factoring out the greatest common factor. So for example, if we have a problem like this, 3x squared plus 10x minus 8, the greatest common factor, there is none. So you just skip step 1. If there's no GCF, if all of these would have been divisible by 2, then you would factor out a 2. That would be factoring out the greatest common factor. So after that, you always want to identify A, B, and C. And then go ahead and fill in your X. So I'll actually work this out as I go through the steps. I'm going to put this on Schoology so you have a copy of this as well as this example when I finish. So let's set up our own over here. We have A times C. So first identifying A, B, and C. This is A, B, and C. A times C, that will be 3 times negative 8, which is equal to negative 24. And then B is 10. Then on the sides, you have A on top. A was 3. Oh, sorry. Actually, this is supposed to be A on the bottom. So factor 1, factor 2, A, and A. So again, the A's are on the bottom. So I put 3 on the bottom. And now these factors, that will be the most difficult part of the entire process, which isn't hard. You want to find the factors of A times C that add to give you B. So again, factors of A times C that add to give you B. So we want to find the factors of negative 24 that add to give you 10. So we have 1, 24, 2, 12, 3, 8, where 4 and 6, where these are negative. And then you have the same set of factors where the first number can be negative. So you want to find the pair that adds to give you positive 10, and that would be this, negative 2 and 12, because the negative 2 plus 12 is positive 10. So it doesn't matter which one you put where. There's negative 2 and 12. You could have put 12 and 2, but I just keep it the same, so it's simple. So we factored out the GCF, there was none. Then we found the factors of A times C that added to give you B. Now you want to reduce each fraction. So notice these look like fractions. That's what I mean by, it's not exactly a fraction because we're not doing anything with it. It just looks like one. So I call it a fraction. You want to reduce each of these. Negative 2 over 3, that's as far as it can go. And 12 divided by 3, that reduces to 4 over 1. Now, after you reduce it, the denominator goes with x and the numerator is the constant. So in your two binomials, the denominator would be x, would go with x. So you would have 3x, and then this is the constant, minus 2. And then same over here. The denominator goes with x. Remember to use the new one that you reduced. So 1x, and then plus 4. And these would be your two binomials. Also, if you have 1 with your variable, you don't have to write that 1. It would just be x plus 4. So after we put the bottom number with x and the numerator with the constant, we are done. We created our two binomials and we have factored. And to check to see if your factoring actually worked, you can FOIL it back out and see if you get the original. So if we were to FOIL this back out, 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times 4 is 12x. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Combine like terms, you have 3x squared plus 10x minus 8. So since we multiplied those back out and got the original, we know that these are the two factors. So I'm going to do another one with you. I think the second one will go a lot smoother if you were having trouble understanding the one I just did. So again, I'm going to write the x for you over here. We're going to have x squared plus 5x plus 6. So within our x, we have a times c, b factor 1 over a, and factor 2 over a. So again, factor out the GCF, there is none. So going to the next step, always identify a, b, and c. So here, since there's no number here, we know our a is going to be 1, b is 5, and c is 6. So now we just want to fill in our x. A times c is 1 times 6, which is just 6. B is 5. A was 1. A was 1. So again, we want to find the factors of a times c. So factors of 6 that add to give you 5. So we have 1, 6, 2, and 3. We found 2 and 3, but also remember, anytime you have a positive number, the factors are also the negatives. So you have negative 1, negative 6, negative 2, negative 3. But if you add these to get 5, you see it's 2 and 3. So this would be 2. This would be 3. Reduce where if you can, 2 over 1, the simplest form, 3 over 1, the simplest form. And now we know that the bottom, the denominator goes with x. So it'll be 1x or just x. Top is the constant, plus 2. Same here, we have x plus 3. And those are your two factors. If something was to say to actually solve, so if you're actually solving, remember to find the values of x when the binomial equals 0. So if I told you to solve this quadratic equation, that means you have to factor it first and then figure out what x is when each binomial is equal to 0. So if you had x plus 2 equals 0 and x plus 3 equals 0, we have x equals, move this to the other side, change the sign, move the 3 to the other side, change the sign. So if you were actually solving it, these would be your two answers. So if you have any questions, please come with them to the video call today or email me if you're not able to get on the video call.